What's up, party people? I got a good Facebook friend of mine. We'll call it right now. Hopefully the relationship gets better and better. I got Scott Schnitzer on today. So just a little bit of background on Scott. He was awarded the Agency Owner Impact Award. I think I've got mine right there. So congratulations on that, dude. And he has a flawless beard, kind of like mine. He hit agency owner in 6 months after going full-time with Symmetry. Kudos on that as well. That's a hard milestone for people to hit. He officially placed $1 million. Can you imagine if that was you watching this? Can you imagine if that was you in your first million placed in their first year as agency owner, last September to this September? He made 100,000 deposits in his first 9 months in the business off of his own pen. So there's already the 1%ers. Welcome to the club. And he's currently at $210,000 in personal production for the calendar year. That's exciting, dude. How are you?
I'm good. It's hard to you ask me to send you some accolades and I'm like, it's hard to talk about myself. We've been so busy working and building this thing. It's good to take like a 30-second step back and realize what's happened over the last year, because a lot can happen in a 1-year period of time. And I'm sure you know that is the truth, Mason.
Absolutely, with my time in this industry, and do that not just for selfish reasons for people to brag, but it's nice to do a personal inventory every once in a while and see what people have actually, for me, it's selfish because I'm the one who gets people to realize to take a step back, zoom out the camera lens of their life and see what they've accomplished, and then they have me to thank for that. It is selfish for me, but I think it's cool for people. Humans need to realize how fucking awesome they are. We're temporarily immortal, and I think we should relish under that fact for as long as we can before we end up as pictures on the wall and people are missing us for a couple weeks and go back to their normal life.
I was actually out for a run a couple weeks ago and I ran by this cemetery and it just shook me. There was a balloon hanging from this grave and it just said happy birthday. It shook me to my core, Mason, because I'm like, man, how many birthdays do we actually have left to go after our goals, to kiss on our loved ones, to make the memories that we want to make, to leave an impact here? It's just like, how many birthdays do you actually have left, man? It's like, you got to go after it.
One of the biggest things that's got me kind of not in a twist in life right now, but I'm starting to want children. Mainly sons. I don't know if I want a daughter right now.
If you figure out how to choose that.
There's a gene sequence editing company called CRISPR where they can do like DNA editing or implant DNA or sequences into embryos and fetuses and stuff like that. And it's like, if I can give my kid the best chance at survival, like if I can implant the DNA of like an NBA player into my kid, I'm gonna fucking do it no matter how much
weird. Take the NBA jumps, take the speed of a 100-meter race or whatever you want to do, mix it all together. Hey, just first and foremost, for anyone who's watching, his level of knowledge is up here. I'm like way down here. So if I get lost in the woods along the way, just try to help find me.
Oh, don't put yourself down like that. We're all good at different things, man. I'm starting to really want a kid, and then I saw some facts, and it's like you spend 97% of time with your children by the time they are 16. That's nuts to me. It's like I have 16 solid years before I only have 3% left from 16 to the day that they pass, or the day that I pass. I don't think parents should have to bury their kids. It goes against the natural cycle of life, but it happens.
You know what that helps me realize, Mason? It's like you want to do your job and your duty as a parent during those first 16 years to make an impact on them so that they want to come back to you after those 16 years, that they want to be your friend, that they want to come to you for advice. That's just really the impact that you want to have to make on your kids. And for me, my dad's one of my best buds. He was the best man in my wedding and he did a really good job. It's like a lot of people, they can't say the same thing. They want to go the opposite direction once they get out of the house. I think that's really important to point out, Mason.
Absolutely. And it's like my dad was a superhero to me and I barely ever saw him. But he always had good stories to tell. But he wasn't changing my diapers. He wasn't doing mundane stuff. It's my personal belief. I don't think I should spend every waking second with my kids because they only want to spend like an hour or two with you. Then they want to go like play in the dirt or play with their toys. It's more about the quality of time rather than the quantity of time. I know a lot of parents will disagree with me. They want to spend every waking moment with their babies, especially the mothers. That's their duty.
Yeah, hey, well, for all the parents watching, send us advice. I'm about to have my first one next month, Mason. So we got a little baby on the way. And
congratulations, man. That's all the advice.
For all the parents watching, feel free.
I've worked with so many parents in like personal coaching stuff, even outside of insurance, but most of my clients are insurance agents. How do I manage my time with my kids and all this. It's like, if you haven't done anything worth doing, your kids, they're going to grow up not to want to take advice from you. They want their parents to be a superhero. They want their parents to have real life experience, not just someone who changed their diapers and gives them shit advice.
It's all about the quality of time. You just said it right there. I think the best gift that we could give our kids, this is like unsolicited advice for anyone. Best gift you can give your kids is to go chase your own dreams. Even if that means that you're around less, the quality of time is important. What you do with your time to build anything, to build a life of significance, to build a life of time and freedom, whatever it is. If you go and accomplish your dreams, most things that kids do are caught, not taught. You can't sit down at the kitchen table and teach them everything that they need to learn. They're going to watch you.
Your kids and your students will do what you do, not what you tell them to do. When you're 0 to 7, your brain isn't even developed. So you take things into your forming conscious mind uncritically. So they just do whatever is in their environment. The reason what you said is so important is because it gives the kid belief and exposure, and it sets standards for them to have a great life. But if you're fucking off and not doing anything with your time, I think us men are here to create. And if we don't, we're not respected and we're not loved. People say, well, my mom will always love me. If you're some 400-pound dude smoking weed, living in your mom's basement, playing video games all day, I guarantee you by the time you're in your mid-20s, she's going to call you a fuck up until you get out of the house. She doesn't love you anymore. It is conditional, regardless of what you want to hear, but that's how hard it is to be a man.